Good morning, everybody. Welcome back. It is January 4th on a Monday, and we're going to do some workout here at home still. I know there's lots of people still trying to get some workouts in at home, maybe setting New Year's resolutions, new goals, and let's get started. Remember to always start with a good warm-up before we come into these workouts, so take 5 to 10 minutes or even longer. Go do a full cardio session before you come into this resistance session. It's good to have your muscles warmed up and your veins open and flowing and your arteries and everything working and ready to work. So we're going to start with some push-ups. Why not, right? It's the new year. We're setting some new goals. There's different ways that we can do push-ups. So I know that there's a few of you watching this today. So Sandy, at your house, you could try it at your desk up in your office area. That would be a good place to do some push-ups. Or Joanna, you could try it on a coffee table or a kitchen chair. And Edie, you could try it at your countertop, your sink in your kitchen. So I'm going to show you here on an elevated surface because that's what I'm thinking is a good way to get started on this Monday morning. So let's do nice 10. Make sure you're breathing. Try to lower that chest towards whatever surface you are working towards. Try to not dip your head. That's an easy thing for people to want to do. And think about pulling up with your abdominal muscles. 8, 9, and 10. Good. All right. Starting with some push-ups. Of course, if you want to, you can do them on the ground as well. There's a lot of different ways to ease into these, and you can do full push-ups on the ground as well. So next I'm going to have you do up and over squats. I'm going to show you first with no tools, no apparatus, just moving back and forth, doing some squats. So I do these sometimes in my gym with a step or a Bosu. So if you have those things, there's something that might work really well here. So I'm going to pretend there's a surface right here where I want you to keep putting my middle foot towards. So I'm going to go up and over, squat. We're going to move. We're just switching where your feet are. So sitting right back into that squat. So if you don't have anything at home to use, this works great. We're getting lots of squats in. Remember to sit back like you're going to sit in a chair. Put your weight in your heels. Another thing you can do, and this is a little more difficult because it's not a very big step, but like a larger step that you would do aerobics on is a better idea. But you could do it like this if you're able to switch your feet safely. Another way to do this. Or if you have a balance disc or a Bosu at home. I don't have my Bosu here, it's at my gym. So a balance disc is another way to do this. So this one takes quite a bit more coordination because you have to be able to push off that disc and then switch your feet. So whatever you have at home, try going back and forth with some squats. Do 10 on each side. If 10 is too many, start with 5 on each side. That's 10 total. So get those squats in, sit back into your hips. You want your weight in your heels and you're moving back and forth. Getting that heart rate up using those large muscle groups. Okay, next we're going to do a triceps press, triceps extension. Now I purposely did not set this up so that I can show you if you have a door like this at home. If I had my, here it is. So this thing goes through the door to protect your band. So if you don't have something like this, it's actually a good idea to look into purchasing this. So you don't have to slam your band into a door, and then it protects it from getting little nicks in it. So I just push this into the door like this and close it, and then it's in a good, safe position for that band. Okay, so we're going to do triceps extension. So let's do this in a tandem stance. You want to keep your elbows right in your sides and press straight down. So the only joint moving here is your elbows. So you don't want to come forward like this and then pull down, because then you start using your lats, which is okay, but right now we're trying to focus on those triceps and isolate them. So we're going to try 10 here. Remember to breathe. 7. Pull them right down beside your hips. 9, 10. I chose a little bit too hard of a band there, but that's okay. All right, next we're going to do some balance. So we're going to move this back over and do some tightrope walking. And this is another thing that we do in the gym quite a bit. But I really like this one. It's a really good one to do at home, anywhere. But pretend like if you do have tile or hardwood floors, you can follow that. And to start with, it's just heel-toe walking. So pretend like you're walking on a tightrope. That's the beginning part of it. Now, if you're able to do that and you feel pretty confident in your balance, try adding a ball, something to hang on to. It can be a water bottle or a throw pillow or anything, really. Just putting something out in front of you. And then if that feels pretty doable, try twisting. So we're going to add a little bit of a twist. I'm going to lift this camera up just a little here. So step with the foot you step forward with, turn towards that foot. Now you can move the ball first. And if that feels pretty doable, like we talked about, then you can follow the ball with your eyes. So you're twisting towards that foot you're stepping forward with. I got this a little bit too high. Never quite right on. Okay. So I'm twisting and I'm following the ball with my eyes. So that's really challenging your balance when you change your gaze. So then the slower you do this, the more effective it is as well. So if you go across the room really quickly, it's quite a lot easier. So just twisting towards that front foot, really challenge your balance here. If this is really hard, make sure you're doing it next to a kitchen countertop. You can just walk along next to the kitchen countertop so you've got that balance there to guide you. And turn. And try to work on it for about a minute. Back and forth across your room, across your kitchen, up and down your hallway, whatever you have. Work on it for about a minute, and then we'll move on to the next one. So the next one, we're going to use that disc or step again down on the ground, and we're going to do abs. So we're going to sit on either your step, or you can sit on a ball if you have one at home. I'm just wanting to use something a little bit different today. So this gives you some instability. You can sit on the edge of a chair or the edge of a coffee table. Anything like that will work just fine. But I want to try using, if you have a balance disc, a ball is perfect for this too. So we want to sit right up on the edge of it. Your heels are on the ground. Your knees are just lightly bent. Your legs are relaxed. Put your hands here. Actually, putting your hands on your legs first is an easy way to start. You want to keep your back nice and straight. And think about, like, if there's a platform here, keeping your back flat to it. So we don't want to dip back like this. We don't want to arch your back. So keeping nice and straight. If this feels okay, moving your hands up and down your thighs, then move them here. You can hold them on your shoulders. The key to this one, to making it challenging, if you're feeling like it's pretty easy, is lean back and then only come up to about here. Don't come all the way up straight. So you want to come up just part way to keep those abs engaged. And then, of course, if that feels easy, you can put your hands behind your head. It's just lengthening your lever. But the more you do and the more slowly you do them, you're going to feel them here in your core. And I think that's about 10. Okay, the last one, we're going to do one more balance. We're going to really focus on balance today. Strength, get my screen here. Okay, we're gonna do a starfish hold. So, actually we've got two more. I'm gonna do starfish up a little further. So standing on one foot and taking your center of gravity off to the side, pretend you're a starfish, put those hands out nice and big, and turn yourself into the biggest star that you can. So we're gonna work on holding one side for about 30 seconds. If you feel like this is pretty easy, you know, when I talked about changing your gaze, look around the room, change your gaze, look down, look up, look side to side, and that will challenge your proprioception, challenge that balance a little more if this feels like it's not that hard. You can also try it on a Bosu or just standing on a like a throw pillow, make your base a little bit less stable. You can try it on a balance disc. Mine are way too wobbly to try this, so I'm not gonna do that this morning. Okay, after about 30 seconds on one leg, we're gonna switch and do the other leg. Oops. And you usually find that one side is a little easier than the other. The other thing you can focus on is taking those toes in your shoes and spreading them out. Think about using them all for your balance. So I'm using my pinky toe and my big toe, and I'm using all of them inside my shoe. You can do these without shoes on too. So we're gonna hold each side for about 30 seconds. Okay, good. All right, the last one is I'm gonna have you grab a set of dumbbells, a little bit lighter, because we're gonna do just some shoulder lateral raises. So as always, I like to make your base a little bit unstable, so do it in a tandem stance or a single leg stance. And if not, if that's too much for the end of this, just stand with your feet about shoulder width apart. We're gonna go about shoulder height here. So right up to the tops of your shoulders. I have many people who want to try to go up here. Don't do that. We don't need to go up there. That's a good way to cause a little bit of pain. And we don't need to cause any pain this morning. Right out to the sides. If you're having any shoulder pain with this, going out to the sides, try, instead of going straight out, try giving it just a little bit of a diagonal. So it takes a little bit of that tension off your shoulders, keeping those shoulder blades back, up and down nice and slowly. I think that's 10. All right, good job, everybody. Way to kick off your new year. Now go ahead and start this over again and do them through 1 to 2 more times. If you want to add quite a bit more of a workout, you can add some cardio in between each of these and start your year off right. All right, thank you, everybody. Have a great week, and I'll see you next time.